Welcome to NWA Connie Corso's podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope y'all enjoying this holiday for the ones who got the day off. We back with another guest. He's no stranger to most of us. He's been a friend of the channel and friend of real friends that's on the channel for a while now. Brother Roman Price of Integrity Boerbols. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, brother. And yourself?
Man, I'm in it to win it as usual. Yeah.
Well, I want to tell you thank you very much for taking this time for with me and our kennel, man. I give God all glory for allowing you to use your platform to get this news out. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. We glad to have you. People have been requesting you.
Awesome.
So, let's start off about like we always do. Let's tell the people a little bit about yourself and whatnot.
Okay. My name is Roman A. Price. I'm happily married to my beautiful wife, Cynthia Price. Got two sons. Roy, RJ is the oldest, and my youngest is Roy. Those little guys that be helping me out all the time around the farm with the dogs and everything that I need to do. Mm-hmm. I'm been breeding. I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Cool. I've been around dogs most of my life, all of my life, pretty much. But I started breeding Boerbols in 2018. Before that, I was 15 years prior. Before that, I was breeding boxers, but never on a level like the Boerbols.
Gotcha.
So that was more just matching dogs together.
Right. Yeah. We all have similar journeys. I hear that a lot. Some people say, well, before I knew what I was doing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Before you put so much money into it and jump head over heels.
Lord, you still learning how to spend that money. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah. What attracted you or what made you shift from the boxer to the Boerbol?
Well, a tragic accident. I was a trucker over the road for 18 years, as a matter of fact. And one day, this part of my career, man, it was like the pinnacle of my career in trucking. I had just got a DOD security clearance. Had landed the perfect job with FedEx Custom Critical. Guaranteed $2,100 a week.
Oh,
I was happy as a hog in slop.
I know, right?
I left home 45 minutes up the road, got hit by another truck and crippled me.
Oh,
so yeah. Had to have emergency surgery. I call it a scaffold, but they did a multi-level fusion in my neck to hold this fat head up, and had to learn how to walk all over again. So it was me being a man, it's a man's desire to care for his family. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so it kind of took me down a real dark road. Mm-hmm. Put me in a real bad spot in my head. So I was dealing with some issues and things of that nature, man. Mm-hmm. That glory to God that He allowed me to go through that or bring me through that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could be strong for my family. Through that process, while going through that process, the doctor recommended that I get a service dog, and he was like something to help me with mobility and anxiety and depression. Mm-hmm. And so I started researching dogs. I'm like, okay, I need something that's going to be big enough that could help me through the different issues with, me being a big fella. no pocket puppet couldn't help me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So automatically I started with big dogs, and as I found out information about the Boerboel, I'm like, well, dang, this sounds like the perfect dog. You know what I'm saying? Everything about this dog is what I want and what I need, and it's the temperament of this dog, man. It's such an amazing breed, but it's the temperament of this dog that it fits in anywhere. It's the SUV of dogs. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need no truck because it can do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So as I found out about the Boerboel, I said this is the route I need to take. So I talked it over with my wife. Man, you done lost your car and picking mine. Ain't no way we finna spend that kind of money on no dog. What you done gone cry. So now I'm trying to regroup and figure out how we're gonna work this out. So I devised a plan 2 days before Christmas. Start an argument. Because when you start an argument, she don't want to talk to me no more.
Excellent.
So started an argument and left in the middle of the night. I already had to call the breeder, told him I'm on my way to get my dog. So when I got up there, I said, man, I'm already in hot water and deep too. I might as well get two of them.
Yeah.
Instead of one. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I called her after money been spent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I called her and told her where I was at and what was going on. Girl, you miss this is so beautiful up here. And she said, you where? 8 hours away from home. So yeah, came on back home, man.
You know, get in trouble. I said I better put some of this lotion on my hands while I get a 20 emails from all black folks around the country talking about you went on there ass shit.
And my wife's sitting on across the table telling me the same thing.
Really? How you doing, Miss Price? Yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. Yeah. She's so they've been in love with them ever since, man. Just like me, you know. When I came home with them, man, I mean the perfect dogs. They've been with my babies. They've been great with them, protective of my children, of my family. It didn't take long at all for them to bond with us, you know what I'm saying? And just absolutely amazing, man. It's like even as puppies, any threat that they seen or deemed that was anything they deemed that was a threat till they realized it wasn't, they were ready to get at it. And I'm like, what? It's a rowdy little puppy right there, you know? Mm-hmm. But I was very grateful. But now here's the kicker. That's when I started reaching out to these different groups to find out, to contact with other people, Boerbol owners. And when I found out that all these people, so many people had bought dogs that were dying or dead in a year or dead, didn't make it to 3 years or 5 years, whatever. I'm scared to death. I'm like, oh my God, I should have listened to my wife about all this money I done spent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so immediately I knew, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in it for the long haul. You know, it's my choice. I did that, you know, so I need to make it right. So I was start researching about DNA testing and stuff like that to find out what's going on in your dog. And I found out that Embark is the leading canine geneticist in the world. And so I wanted to go with the best, whatever's best, you know, to get to the bottom of anything, if there is something there. Mm-hmm. And as we began testing and things came back, genetic DNA testing come back clear. The dog's purebred, so I was thankful for that. And there was no genetic diseases being passed on. So, or they weren't carriers of any, and they weren't infected with anything. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I shared that information, but I think it upset a few people. But I was grateful for that fact, and I saw it as an opportunity for me to share with the world. You know what I'm saying? The same love that these dogs have given me and my family, that same sense of security and peace that they brought into our family. Mm-hmm. I wanted other people to experience that as well. So I said, talk to my wife and like, hey, I had bred before, but never at this level. So now this is something brand new. I need to jump in, you know, with everything I got to get, you know, to do this thing right, to make it right. Mm-hmm. And so we began breeding it. So then I began reading more about them. And I read a book by a guy out of London. His name VJ Nadu, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, but it's called the Boerboel, working. The working Boerboel, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I read that book, and it was in that book that I found out about a breeder in South Africa named James Brennan of Coomore Farm Dogs. Not the same Coomore that's here in the U.S., even though he got that name from him. But this guy was a man of integrity who he passed up boatloads of money because he wouldn't compromise. He walked away from titles, walked away from positions within these different registries, in South Africa, because he wouldn't compromise the dog. Because when they were bringing in other dogs to build this certain look, what I call a build a puppy kits, he wanted no parts of it, and he walked away from it. A lot of people kind of ostracized him because of it, even though he bred pure. He stayed correct. His dogs, I mean, they worked his farm. They protected his farm. They protected him. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife, you see him often walking with 20, 30 dogs, all surrounding him and running together in the African bush.
when you said build a puppy kit, what was specifically wrong? Were they adding in other breeds, or were they going for the wrong type?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was some of all of it, where they're trying to build this 200-pound dog, where because they've got this fantasy that it's this 200-pound monster is what the Boerbol supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But 200-pound dog, that's like me trying to go out there and run the 440. No, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So that 200-pound dog ain't gonna get off that chair. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely ain't gonna make it to 5. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, because you've put some weight. Yeah. You don't put bulldog weight on a whippet. You didn't go with it. His paws hurt. His everything else hurt. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want
to live. No.
Yeah.
So but these guys are doing this because they think that's cool. That's what people like, or this, that, and other. And it may be what some people like, but they're not seeing the big picture. And maybe, hopefully, if they get an opportunity to see the big picture, or someone willing to take the time to explain it to them and show them, they'll realize the danger that they're putting their dogs into. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but the fact that my nana used to call it fattening frogs for snakes. I know what you know what that means, right?
Country boys know what that
means. So if you spending money on that dog, get that dog fat like that, that dog got to go to the vet quite often, because he's got all kind of problems that popping up. Well, it's because of what you're breeding and what you're doing to him. So I'm a firm believer that people are rewarded by the problems that they solve, and what determines the amount of that reward is to what degree you solve those problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here we are to solve a problem.
And we need to make a little clarification too, because for most people I don't care what breed they with or what level they on. You think about Boerboel. You see a big dog. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And your dogs are highly functional. I've seen them. I've seen the videos of what they can do. Graphic show with the hogs, wild hog hunting, and they athletes. So that's something I want to be distinctly.
It's amazing, brother. It's amazing. I've got a couple, especially my boys. They bite a hog in the head, right over his ear. As I've seen them do it, they do it for a reason. When he bites that hog in his head, it's like an apple. He bites into his head and he hold him. But what he's doing is protecting everybody else from getting cut by the tusk of the hog. You know what I'm saying? Because he's controlling the head. by himself. And I'm like, wow. And then the other dogs, their bite force is so powerful and so strong. It's for a reason too, but it's to crush bone. So the other dog will get behind the hog and bite into his hock and break him. They breaking his leg. They breaking him down, disabling him.
Mm-hmm.
So then they can dismember him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty powerful. It's a pretty powerful thing.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm glad they my dogs.
Yeah. They are something to see. And
Yeah.
another thing, not trying to change the subject here, but you was on the other show the other day, and then y'all don't do a lot of protection work with Boerboels, and because I really didn't understand that Boerboels were pack animals. You broke that down.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
They are.
yeah.
And the thing about them, brother, a true Boerboel doesn't have to be taught to protect. It's in him instinctively.
Yeah.
He's bred with that. It's in him. His desire is to keep you safe. His desire is to keep the family safe, the property safe. So they don't go wandering off and run off and stuff like that. They stick right with you. You've heard them called Velcro dogs and this, that, and other. That's because that dog, he's so in love with his people. He knows that if he leaves here, he can't do his job.
Mm-hmm.
It's instinctive, already in them. Nobody taught them that, but they know that. And all they want to do is keep you safe. That's why they always checking on you. They're always in your face. If they could get in your pocket, it wouldn't be close enough for them. I'm serious. I mean, if they see your hand not moving, they'll come and nudge your hand or knock something out your hand so you put your hand on them. Because hey, I'm here for you.
Right.
And man, when you're going through stuff in your head, that type of love and attention is definitely needed, brother.
Yeah, because they always gonna be the same.
Yeah. Yeah, whether you got something to give them or not, they just want to give you love. That's it.
That's right. So, speaking on that, I want to get into your breeding philosophy. What is your overall breeding philosophy and approach when it comes to Boerboels? And how do you prioritize the conformation of the breed in your breeding practice? Because I know you are big on conformation, the overall dog.
Yeah, the total dog. I breed for the total dog. My approach, my philosophy is temperament first, in this order: temperament, health, then conformation. Then structure and body wise. But I was blessed, man, to get foundation dogs that were working farms, actual farms. My boy coming from James Brennan in South Africa. My girl's coming off farm in a dairy farm, actually, up in Pennsylvania. And so they were around big stuff moving, tractors and animals, large animals, lots of noise and things like that. And so when noise don't bother them, I sent you a video of my girl biting fireworks. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
She's like, it's no problem for her.
Yeah.
And they popping. I'm like, that's and we even with our puppies, man. I mean, my boys, we shoot shotguns and stuff around them, fireworks and things, because we want them to be solid. We want them, when they go to their forever home, the last thing I want to hear is that one of my dogs, a baby, a toddler, was holding the leash and he heard a bang and it snatched the baby in front of traffic or into the street, or what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, what? And because I'm thinking about the safety of the families that they go to protect, and also thinking about the longevity of my puppies. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I want them to enjoy life, and I want whoever get them to enjoy life with that puppy. You know what I'm saying? And so I make moves in that direction, planning for that, because that's my heart's desire, man. Because last thing I want is a Scooby-Doo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got, my back won't allow me to carry him. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I ain't got no mystery bus. So the only thing I can do with a Scooby Doo is give him to the real dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What
go ahead, brother.
where do you rate the intelligence of a Boerboel or
They're
your?
they're very they should be a very intelligent dog because this is a dog that's constantly watching and paying attention to you, to his surrounding and everything to ensure that there's nothing coming in that's gonna harm or bring harm to his people or to his property. So he's a very smart dog. They and like I said, he's so versatile that I mean the different jobs that they can give him. I sent you a link where there was they were being used in South Africa to track poachers, rhino poachers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a detection dog. It's a protection dog. You know, they were used to guard and protect property, valuable properties. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they can do anything from living in an apartment to being a junkyard dog. You know what I'm saying? And they got the heart to go either way. It's the one breed that can go from 0 to 100 and then back to 0 and lay beside the baby like nothing ever happened. You know,
Yeah.
and licking him in the face like you're ready to play and roll. And I mean, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see, I don't know if I sent you this video, but of I think they were about 17 weeks old at the time when this happened. But my boys on our farm, they were swimming, playing in the creek, and there was a snake that was slithering toward my sons playing in the creek. Well, this puppy saw that snake going toward my boys. He ran and grabbed that snake, bit him, shook him, and then everybody jumped in, bite. They killed the snake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they saw that as a threat to my children. Somebody come on the property, coming toward my boys. And I told them, don't get out your vehicle until you call me and let me know. You know, until everything's secure. He see my boys playing with the puppies and thought everything was okay. He jumped out his vehicle. These was 14-week-old puppies. They stopped playing with my boys and went toward that man. 3 of them bit into him. They ripped his pants to shreds. He left the farm looking like a runaway slave. I'm serious. He put his money back in the pocket, told me he wasn't gonna get one. I'm like, okay, that's your choice. But that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They keep family safe, man. They protect them. And so my kids can go anywhere on our property with our dogs and no worries. I know they're good, you know, no matter what it is. Guns ain't gonna run them off. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't want no ice cream. they want to tear it to you.
Yeah. They ain't going for it.
No.
How do you get that? Just kind of like it's not showing them a lot of people, make them kind of naturally.
That's what I'm thinking it is because on my farm, you know, it's the whole property is wooded, man. It's 34 acres of just straight woods, you know. And so except for the part we got cleared, it's about 5 acres, but it's not where somebody just coming through there. You can't do it. You can't come through there. If you do, it's a bad day. And so that people not being able to interact with them all the time like that, which makes them a little more hot. Which, you know, sometimes
ain't a bad thing.
it's not a bad thing, but when I want to show puppies and puppies want to cut up, or big dogs want to cut up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so I just tell people, there's no way, because on the farm they're all loose. You talking about everybody running around loose and just running and doing their thing, you know, and you just can't bring somebody into that situation because they don't know them. So that means that everybody's going to that fight. And they want some of
it. They got a nice little hierarchy established.
They do.
Okay, you got to let them do that too, don't you?
Yeah, and you do. My boy Raptor from South Africa. He's 6 years old, but he'll be 6 in December. But he's the man, and the fact of the matter is he's only 125 pounds. He's the smallest one, but he carried the power, and everybody respect him for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that fella right there has thrown a couple of coup d'etats, You out of here, Jack.
How are your females? Do they roll like a lion pride, or do the males kind of jump up first if things are going wrong?
They will like kind of like a lion pride. They will. The girls are quicker to do something than he is. When it comes to people, he's more loving. And if somebody, rub him, he'll go in the car with him. Let him say, hey, let's ride. My girl's like, nah. So, but he brings a balance to them. So you got puppies that's a little more thinking and calmer, than my girl. Because my girls in the truck, they get in the back seat, they running from window to window looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? Head out the sunroof, looking for trouble. Like I want that smoke. Bring it, Jack.
I got a question like this. Boy, she be looking for it.
That's my girl, Queen Nandy. Her and my boy Biko. Man, they had my truck rocking from side to side. They scared a homeless man. He stepped to the window. We was at the light. He stepped to the window. Oh man, they hit that glass so hard. I know he had to feel it. See if he messed himself up. I know his britches was through, Jack.
And I know you are big on health testing.
Yeah.
So much so it might have bit you in the long run.
It offended a lot of other people. That wasn't doing it.
They feel like you causing pressure for them and things.
And some have even made that statement saying now we got to do all this for our dogs. We ain't been always doing this because look what he's doing. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I do health testing. First genetic health testing, genetic DNA testing through Embark, because they're like I said, they're the leading canine geneticists. With that Embark test, man, it will show you whether or not that dog is purebred. And within the last 3 generations, if somebody's added another breed into it, it will show you if it was the male or female and which generation that came in at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a tattletale. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these guys that think they slick by putting that bull mastiff in or putting something else in there, or that Great Dane or whatever, or that lab, or it's showing up. And so you can't ask for that top dollar in your paperwork say shady. You see what I'm saying? And they know that. So some of them have come together and try to blow smoke and tell people it's no real DNA test and this, that, and the other, and they got some people believing that lie. Now everybody ain't out here trying to trick you. You know what I'm saying? And so you just got to ask yourself, or as truck drivers say, they just doing that for shits and giggles. No, it's for real. You know what I'm saying? That testing reveals what's in that dog, what's hiding in that dog, things that you don't see. Not only that, but it helps you to put together the right dogs in your program that will complement one another on things that you don't understand or don't know. So it brings clarity to you and to your program, helping you to build a stronger foundation in your program to build from, if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter that you're able to keep out of trouble that you can run into with genetics, the COI and all that, with the closeness of the mating pairs and whatnot. If you start with a low foundation, I think it was Kenny that mentioned once before. He believed that dog breeders can do a lot more line breeding and even closer at a higher rate if they know what they're working with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if you don't know, then you guessing, and then you could,
Got to know.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to wait to the point where my dog's lips come split. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But if you testing,
Hmm.
you can, you know what I'm saying, you can predict
Yeah.
better,
Most things.
yeah, most things, right.
Most things.
Right.
Um, you
If you
hit it,
breeding dogs that your girl can't birth, you know what I'm saying? And that's where there's a lot of that getting to that, dogs can't give birth naturally. A male can't mate naturally. He jumping on her head, on her side, because you know what I'm saying, or he turn over on his back. Like, what, really, dude?
yeah.
Or you got to put her in a rape stand. You know what I'm saying? What?
Right.
Just the thought of my dog being raped. I don't
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If anything, she'll show him, dude. Here. Don't you just stand right there. Let me, and she'll get up under him. You know what I'm saying? That's
So you're looking for the overall everything traits, and
yeah.
she a good mother, she a good breeder. They good with
Yeah.
kids, are they
Yeah.
protective, are they smart? It's everything you're looking for.
Right.
The
If they
total
don't
package.
deserve to live, if they don't, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
it
Right. All
just,
it comes back to.
it's they working. They got a
Right.
job to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you freeloading, you know, I'm sorry, you can't do that right here. You know what I'm saying?
And then when you a willy-nilly breeder, you giving a lot of you hurting homes. You passing on problems
Exactly.
to
Exactly.
families.
Exactly. I mean, you got that dog. If you brought in another breed, and they expecting a Boerboel temperament, you brought in another breed and crossed it into your line. Now that dog goes somewhere and bite a baby in the face. What does that say for you?
Mm-hmm.
It should bother you. You know what I'm saying? The thought of that should bother you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or like I said, or the dog turn on the family that's been feeding them or something. Like what? Come on now. And it's something happening there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the environment or the genetics. Something's not jiving. So it's the breeder's responsibility to get down to the core of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of things that's happening in the whelping box, or could be prevented in the whelping box. I mean, when as far as a lot of issues that puppies could possibly have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In by properly breeding, or the breeder being aware of it, then he can make the necessary adjustments that he should. I,
Right.
you know,
Right. I'm 100% with you.
yeah.
What specific health concerns, since we on the topic of health testing, what specific health concerns do you have to watch out for the Boerboel?
Well, right now, epilepsy,
Mm-hmm.
they have, and a lot of epilepsy came from the introduction of Great Danes.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Building for size. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, when the Boerboel brother is a land race animal, you know what I'm saying? It was the environment of and the geographical location of South Africa that shaped and formed that dog originally. It's
Mm-hmm.
two landrace dogs that come out of South Africa, the Ridgeback and that Boerboel. Both of these dogs are hardy dogs from the bush that can survive through any terrain. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I mean, these dogs were birthed, I say birthed from adversity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Through hell and high water, they survived and they made it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some days not eating, eating whenever we can give him something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How he gonna get 200 pounds? You see what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
couldn't. You know, but these dogs were certain things didn't bother them. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't afraid of these snakes and stuff like that. They said James Brennan was telling me that the worst one is that black mamba over there. You know what I'm saying? He wanted, because his dogs were not afraid of it. He wanted to make it. He wished they were more afraid of that. It would have saved so many of them's lives because they went at that snake.
Right.
and you know, and it killed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But them dogs going at that snake probably saved a lot of their lives too, because that dog wasn't afraid of that snake, and that snake was sitting there waiting for their people.
Bingo.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, which is a beautiful thing. And like my dogs, a lot of times they'll run up at the tractor. You know, I'm on the farm, and they run in front of the skid steer, or up under the bucket, or you know what I'm saying. I'm doing something, and they just right there and want to buy the tires, and it's like, dude, move, man. You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get hit. Or they, or I got even get videos where they jump up on the bucket and climb into the cab with me. Come on.
Yeah. 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 They take so going to that. That's a pretty agile dog that can do stuff like that.
Right.
And I noticed that the working within breeds, the working type is probably a little bit more smaller. What is the average size of your males and females versus what you see in a lot of pet homes or the
My boys are normally 140, 150. The biggest one I had was 170. When they at 170, they ain't trying to work. I learned from him. He's like, dude, if I'm tired, I'm gonna sit down. Either you gonna wait on me or I'll catch up. But I ain't going nowhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And so no, they don't want to work. That one. But 150 is good. I mean, they jumping in and out of the pickup truck, jump out the window of the pickup truck, chasing the truck down through the road or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're good, which is, I mean, that's a man stop and wait, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? 100 pounds of man stop.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't know why people got in their head that like they need a 200-pound dog, and I don't know, because let one of them whip you around. Let a 100-pound dog whip you around and hit you in your knees.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
right, or hit you in the back of your knees. You standing still, they'll knock you. They'll knock you off your feet.
Boy, sure will. Yeah,
and if you like me, you front heavy, you going down.
yeah. So yeah, I just don't I don't get that part of it. But I know probably you got probably breeders in your breed that play to that size.
They do, and that again, that build a puppy kit. You know what I'm saying? And they're bringing in other things that changes the dynamic or the temperament of the Boerboel, you know. So now the dog that didn't supposed to be afraid of everything is like Scooby-Doo. You know, he turning over tables trying to get up under there and hide. You know what I'm saying? Or he's snatching and pulling the old lady shopping cart through the parking lot because he done heard a backfire, or he done seen a dog, or you know what I'm saying, or a cat or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so now the stability of that breed is being challenged, is being changed, because people want these different colors and these different things that don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Or these different things that really jeopardize the life of the dog. They shouldn't be Merle, you know.
Should they be black?
No, they and see, that's another thing. James, back to James Brennan again. The first dog, the first cross, he witnessed it. He saw the dog that was going to be used for the cross. This is where he stepped away from these different people there in South Africa, because the guy had a dog, a black dog, tied in his barn, and he told him, "Hey, let me show you something." Right? It was a Cane Corso, you know, but that changes the temperament of the Boerboel. You know, him adding that dog in, and then other people they've added in Great Danes, they've added in Labs, they've added in different things to try to get this certain look, that color, chasing for that color. You know what I'm saying? Which to get that blue, what they call it, that dilute. You know what I'm saying? And black, and when people are putting those two together, those dilutes, I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful dog, but then that dog is high risk for skin issues, some severe skin issues. You know what I'm saying? Where they just can't stop scratching. It's like they rub it on everything like a hog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, and so now you got to stay at the doctor you know, $500-$600 monthly just to ease your dog's itch problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, something that the breeder could have done differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But because they're making this dog that's supposed to be ready for work, he can't work. You know.
So on the black Boerboel,
Mhm.
is it a recognizable color by the
It,
club?
well, not the American Boerboel Club. It's not,
Not the American
but
Boerboel Club.
right now it's recognized. It's recognized by uh, the what was called NABA, but they since closed their doors, dropped ship and left everybody hanging.
Naba was, what is that?
That's North American Boerboel Breeders Association.
So they out of it now, huh?
Right, but
Okay.
they passed the torch on to a friend, and yeah, it's NABBR now,
Okay.
and so but
What is
still,
that?
so that's same. I think North American Boerboel Breeders Registry.
Registry. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And these it's the same situation, man. These guys are they all the ones that had the registered with NABA now. A lot of them they transition to the other one or to somewhere else. You know, a lot of them may have gone over to the WBBA, which is the World Boerboel Breeders Association, and they're out of Australia. So,
Yeah.
you know, they just popped up here in 2018, 2017, somewhere around there.
Right.
And and they raking it in.
Well, I tell you what.
It's sold the thing.
Well, I tell you what. I had a lot of people mention you to me, and because you actually had some trouble with some breed clubs, and you actually removed all your dogs were removed from a couple
Yeah,
breed clubs,
three as a matter of
three
fact.
breed clubs,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
three registries,
Three registries. Yeah,
three registries.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, and it's because of a click. It's a click,
Okay.
and those different clicks are hand in hand. Um, and if you've offended somebody, then you know. I guess it's them showing how far their reach is. You know, starting with the ABC, American Boerboel Club there. Yeah, because when I first started out with my dogs, I wanted to go through AKC because thinking, okay, AKC is the way to go. If anything, AKC is gonna make sure things straight. They didn't accept the black dog, which I was cool with that because I had talked with James Brain and telling him, when these different dogs come in, how it changes the temperament of the dog, and it does. The when people are after a certain color, you run into various issues and whatnot. So I me and my kids went to a dog show, took our dogs to the first one ever went to was over in Lebanon, Tennessee. And we spent the weekend over there and met some really nice people. But then seen some stuff that I didn't really understand, but now I know why they do what they do. Got a better understanding why they do what they do.
Okay.
A lot of people less likely to share information with you. If you're brand new, a lot of people look down on you, like from a snobby position. You know what I'm saying? Like like you're nobody. Yeah, you're here to get the dirt off my boots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, and for me, I rather not hang out with people like that myself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same
I'm
way.
I'm just a simple guy. I love God. I love my family. I'm just so country boy that just try to help anybody I can.
Yeah,
Whenever
man.
I can.
Man, since I've been doing this podcast, it's like the same stuff across a lot of breeds, especially the bigger breeds.
Yeah.
Man, it's like, wow. It's almost like I can almost predict what's being said. So
It boils down to money.
yeah.
When you affect someone's money, even if you've done nothing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you wrong.
Even if you just trying to do you. You
Yeah,
ain't everybody, but
yeah. You mind your own business. You just, hey man, I ain't, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
because you shared truth with someone, and now they're sharing it with someone else, now you stop my sale. That was my fish, or that was my victim. I had them coming. You know what I'm saying? I had them on the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now they don't talk to you. Now all of a sudden they don't want to buy nothing from me.
yeah.
Man, look, bro.
Ha-
I'm
Have you
integrity.
have you had have you I want to get back a little bit deeper into what happened. Maybe you showed me some emails, but I'll let you tell it.
Hmm.
Um, and during this process, that's to get removed from 3. You had there was a lot of moving parts for you get removed. It was like,
Yeah, right.
damn.
And that's that. And like I said, it started with the American Boerboel Club, because I wanted my dogs to be AKC registered. When I bought my girls from a breeder in Pennsylvania, he didn't deal with a register. They wasn't registered. There was no paperwork on them.
Right.
Now their father and mother was registered through the AKC, but I didn't have any paperwork on them, and so with AKC has an open registry for Boerboels, and it has had since 2015. It's not being promoted because the people that's sitting at the top of that, they don't want they only want who they want in. If you don't fit a certain um if you don't fit a certain bill, you
Okay,
know.
so the AKC currently has an open registry for Boerboels, right?
Yep, since 2015 they have,
It's
and
2015.
that the stud book supposed to had closed at January 2020,
Okay.
but because they didn't have enough diversity, enough Boerboels in there within had joined, and enough diversity, they left it open for another 5 years. So it's now from it closes January the 1st of 2025, and in order to get to be a part of that, then your dog can't have any black in its lineage. Uh, it can't be. They don't accept anything from the NABBA, the North American Boerboel Breeders, because those dogs they accepted black. Um, so some of the SABBS, they receive some as long as the dog doesn't have, and they have to do uh, they check the pedigree. They analyze the pedigree and make sure there's no black lineage within the dogs. Um, so with me, my girls, I didn't have any paperwork on them, and so we were at this process of trying to get them into the AKC registry, because um, they required a DNA test, and then 3-year generation pedigree generation.
But the
Well,
mother and father were registered.
the mother and father, yeah, they had
They was already registered in the
mhm,
okay.
with,
All right.
with AKC. I'm sorry. Okay, let me back up. The father was, the
Father.
mother didn't have any registry, but the father came from. I mean, the mother came. It was 2 brothers. The breeder that I got from,
Mhm.
the one that owned the farm, the dairy farm, like I said, and his brother. His brother bred dogs, and gave him a female, which he bred this other male to him. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there was a paper trail, but the other brother had it, and the one brother who I got my puppy from, there was no papers there. So anyway, as I found this information out, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can get them into the AKC with this information. And so I started following through. Well, then all of a sudden, uh, somewhere, I stepped on somebody's toe. They said, well, this dog, the father of your dog has a black daddy. I'm like, okay, so what does that mean?
Yeah, we both do. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, my daddy black too. And my mom. Can't you tell? No, I said, it ain't got no problem with it. Ain't no issue for me. You know what I'm saying?
You're working fine so far.
Yeah, no doubt, right? And so the now with this situation come up, they're telling me that because this guy is black, that my girls can't come in, and so I'm like, while we doing all this digging, I uncovered the fact that the breeder just before my girl's dad had hung some papers, right? So he lied on that black daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really, and they know this. They put him out because you know what I'm saying for him hanging papers, lying.
Right.
Jordan knows it too. He knows the whole story behind the this guy had a kennel up that way somewhere, and you know he had done a lot of fudging papers and stuff, and making, and then he sold the dog to the people. But anyway, come to find out, the very same thing that they put me out for, I've over the years and just as up to last couple of months found out that there's other people and other breeders that's got dogs registered with AKC with that pedigree, with that dog
Same pedigree.
Yes, sir.
Oh
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir. So it was more of a discrimination towards me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, maybe because my daddy black. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But or because I'm fat and black. I don't know. But anyway, but the thing is that the so I you know I ain't caused no riff about that. But who the lady that was, there's a couple of them that's pissed off like hornets up in there. But the one that that was pissed off the most, I guess, has followed me wherever I've gone to try to cause problems for me. You know what I'm saying? Well, while I was waiting for all this stuff to come through, I went ahead and went through CKC. To that's Continental Kennel Club. To register my dogs, because as I'm building, I want everybody in one spot so we can work from there. I've since learned that the integrity of a registry is only as solid as the integrity of the breeder. Because if the breeder decides to lie, the registry is just going to record it. You know what I'm saying? And just like the AKC, I'm finding out that the AKC isn't all that they say that they promote health testing. But as I'm going through the health testing, and it's all public knowledge now, with ofa.org, you the kennel name, the dog's name, if they're reporting it, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them won't sign off because you have to give them permission to put it out there. If once you apply for the testing, you have to sign off giving them authorization to post this stuff to the public. Well, if you don't give it to them, then they don't post it, and that's where a lot of breeders say, well, they didn't post mine, but I got it myself. Well, then you're working with Photoshop stuff and paint stuff, and they show you something that says all good, but okay,
you're right about that. And
but you can't, you don't know what your test results are until you approve them to post it, or if you don't approve them up front to post it, then they ain't gonna post it later. You know what I'm saying? They just send you the paperwork, but they haven't recorded it. So in order for them to record it, you have to give them permission to post the results, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? And because some people know they got issues, they don't post it. It was during this process that I've learned that AKC, a bunch of lying thieves. You know what I'm saying? Well, not AKC itself, but the Boerboel Club,
The club.
parent club.
Yeah.
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 And because here they they OFA has what's called a chick program. That's a health program for the different breeds. So it's to help the club maintain health within that breed. So they require genetic DNA testing, not parental DNA testing. Then okay, you know who your mom and dad is. That's good, but that don't tell us what's running on inside of you. You see what I'm saying? Well, when because I had done all the testing and I wanted to be part of that program, that chick program, and so I pursued it and so got in touch with someone there with OFA, and they said, well, the Boerboel Club was at one time a part of this program, but then they were removed because they had been given opportunity. The dogs were not coming back purebred. Wow. How about that? How you do that? You know, after 5 generations, that dogs they should be able to test pure, huh? Okay, if 5 generations, you figure a generation is 2 years. 5 generations, 10 years. These dogs been around for hundreds of years. Why they ain't testing pure? What's wrong? And they ain't got no test for Boerboels. You know, they come up with all this crap, man, which is BS. You know what I'm saying? They know. You know what I'm saying? Well, there are markers. Embark has the markers. I mean, I've sent tests to South Africa myself to a breed over there. Shout out to Insides with Boerboels, Bugosi. One black man over there testing all his dogs. He producing healthy dogs, beautiful dogs. He works hard. He's doing it. He's making it happen. I'm proud of him, man. He only got a couple here in America though, but because his voice hasn't been that big, you know, like some of the other ones, you know what I'm saying? And same here with me, you know what I'm saying? I test all my breeding pairs. Not only that, I test every litter of puppies I produce.
Right.
Every single puppy I
Every
produce,
single dog, yeah.
I've got a genetic DNA test on that dog. Every dog is clear. You see what I'm saying? Every one of my breeding dogs from the foundation dogs to now have been tested, and all of them where they said my dog was black, had black in them. All of my dogs, none of them have the dominant K gene, which is the dominant black gene that's dominant in dogs. So it's going to override anything recessive. You see what I'm saying? It's going to show up.
Right.
You know, whether you see me out here or not, I'm going to be in there, you know, and that's how that rides.
Yeah.
But, you know, but it's like wag the dog type situation. Hey, don't look at this over here. You know what I'm saying? and so that's kind of been what I've been up against. But I continue to maintain what I'm, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna how since you've been removed from all these breed clubs, how has it affected your breeding practices and your reputation in the community?
Okay. Well, I maintain integrity no matter what, brother. Because that's what I live by. It's not only my brand, but that's you know how I live life. That's how I raise my children. You know what I'm saying? Always tell the truth. We can talk about it. You lie to me, I'm gonna light you up like Christmas. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Keep it just that simple. Yeah. And because I was taught from the South, deep down South, Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Southeast Alabama. A person that will lie to you is a person that will steal from you.
Yeah, he will.
A person that will steal from you is a person that will harm you and even kill you to get away with whatever they stole. So it all starts with a lie. You see what I'm saying? Right. So tell me the truth. We can talk about it. Right. You lie to me, I'm gonna light you up like Christmas.
Yeah,
and that's so I got no tolerance for lies. You know what I'm saying? I just like we good. No worries. And keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I work it out somewhere else. But they is people. Some people want to be lied to, brother. They choose that life. You know. But people that have wanted the truth, uh, they still chose to get my dogs, and they're happy. They're grateful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that they trusted me,
Mm-hmm.
in spite of, all the nonsense out there. Um, so I continue to maintain my integrity. You know what I mean? It Some of the platforms, puppy platforms that I were on, they removed me because some other breeders called and told lies, and same people there, with the Boerbol group, uh, put lies out there saying that I was breeding black dogs, and all this other stuff, man, or I was doing unethical stuff with my dogs and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man, these are working dogs. They got a job, you know what I'm saying? And they do their job, I had 15 hogs break out of my farm, and me and my dog went and got every one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't come back kindly. We wound up bringing them, taking them down, and slaughter them, and just went down giving away meat.
Right. Right. Right.
But hey, it happens, and I
Yeah.
was proud of my dogs because they went and caught every one of them. Was happy to do it too. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I think me personally, I think health testing is a tool.
It
You know
is.
what I mean?
Mhm.
And I also have saw it used as ammunition, like in a lot of Facebook. Y'all know how I feel about Facebook every day. I get disgusted with it. I know it's in a lot of groups, and this is something for the young people. Man, stay off Facebook trying to. I noticed that, especially some of those groups, and there ain't nothing but a handful of good groups out there.
Mhm.
Only thing you're doing is marketing to other breeders.
Right,
And then you have people like their selling points is just health testing. It's
right,
just health testing. That's it. Oh, I
right,
got health testing. Okay. Then you hear about a puppy theirs gets sick and they don't stand behind the dogs. They
right,
don't stand behind the dog.
right,
Or somebody might post, "Where's your health testing?" Like they like the health testing police. So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors
right,
with it too. That's why I like your program. It's about the overall dog. You know
right,
what I mean?
right,
It ain't just one thing about me
right.
that you know. So that's
And,
good to know.
and a lot of them, um, a lot of them claim to be health testing, but if
They
you
fine.
start digging, they lying. You know what I'm saying? But they don't think nobody's gonna dig. Well, like uh, when I was looking for my male one time, and I had contacted a breeder, says he's been in it 30 years, and this, that, and other. One of the first people to bring the dogs into America, and this, that, and I'm like, okay, no problem. He told me that he did health testing and all this stuff, and that I'm like, okay, that's awesome, man. That's what I was excited about. That. And I sent him I sent $1,500. Um, and then it says, now, where can I verify this information at? Where can where do I go to see this? What you told me? What do you mean? Where you go? What I'm asking you, where can I go to verify this information that you told me? Um, well, my vet got records of all this. Okay, well, he can't just give that information to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm finding out. Well, if you're health testing, then you report that, your vet reports that to the OFA, or you have your vet reported to the OFA. But why wouldn't you report it to the OFA? You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that, like, okay. Then he got pissed off, told me he wasn't going to sell me no dog, cussed me out.
Mhm.
You know, like, you boot licking, what's, you know what I'm saying? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
you
okay.
up it? Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Uh,
now cause you can read. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
he went
hmm.
low with it. Yeah. Mhm.
So I'm like, well, we got a problem then, because according to your paperwork, this is what you told me that you got, and you can provide this for me. but you can't give it to me, then I need my money back. Well, you sign a non-refundable this, that, and other. Man, look here.
Salute 7-8. Salute 7-8, brother.
7-8. You got 3 litters of puppies on the ground. I need my money back because
it's non-refundable. I really spent it already.
So yeah, he returned it. So it was like, okay, thank you. But I dust my hands off and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the person for me. And the same thing with those. So this has offended people because I even posted a letter where telling people these are the things you work hard for your money. You know what I'm saying? Most people it didn't fall out the sky for you, and so to the type of money that buy a used car, you put it down on a dog, and nobody can't give you. They snatch it real quick and tell you non-refundable. Or Shazam, you know what I'm saying? Or what, you know what I'm saying? You feel straight violated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dang, man, did you have to put your finger there?
Yeah.
And you want me to smile about that? You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem for me,
Right.
And so these people, when you tell the truth and you share information freely, and then give people, hey, it's your choice. You choose to go wherever you want to. You don't have to buy nothing from me, but this is what you should know wherever you go, so that you don't get took. And I've had a lot of people call me and say, man, that dog I got from so and so. I'm like, you still winning? Okay, what happened? Now they're upset and want to know what should I do about it. It's like, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. But I don't know what you can do, man.
So what going through this? What was the what has been the response of your fellow breeders and dog enthusiasts regarding your situation?
I've met a lot of good friends, people who did trust me, and chose to work with me, and they're thankful that they did, because all their dogs are doing well. One guy lost his dog because the dog was going to the school bus to meet the kids and then get off the bus and got hit by a car. And I told him, whenever he got himself situated, man, just get up with me and I'll make sure you get another puppy. Things like that. I met some really good people through it all, man. So it hasn't all been bad, even though it seemed bad. It hasn't always turned out like with you. You know what I'm saying? Man, you don't realize how much you blessed me. You know what I'm saying? And then for me to be able to share it all with you, and it's like I don't seem crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even though at times I felt like I was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's good to be able to talk about things, because a lot of times when you see guys that go, you got removed from 3 registries, bro. Yeah. All your dogs. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Then
all because of a lie.
Because of a lie. Then a lot of times you be thinking like you're gonna have some riders with you, but you be having them like, you don't make them mad now. You gonna get us in trouble. Bro, since I started this podcast, I have dudes that don't even talk to me no more. It's like, you gonna get us in trouble talking like that, and man, what is wrong with y'all, man? So
and I believe in this. If you do it right, there are people who want truth. There are people that want quality. There are people that see through all that smoke and mirrors, and they want the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like dogs that are actually healthy, that you can prove that they're healthy. You know what I'm saying? A dog where you're able to provide from the gate, and I give a lifetime genetic health guarantee on my dogs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where can you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
But because I believe in me and what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I stand behind my puppies, man. I truly want my dogs to live, uh, enjoy longevity, and I
Right.
truly want my puppy buyers to enjoy the life of their dog.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people say, "Well, it ain't about no money." You a lie. It take money to make this happen.
It
You
does.
can't do it for free, man.
Yeah.
They ain't giving. You ain't going standing in the grocery store line. They give you the dog food. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even if you go into the butcher's market and get meat scraps, it ain't given to you. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? You paying something for
Testing,
it.
the testing, the training,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
really, only way to really get your dogs really up there is you need help sometimes. You know,
That's
with
right.
another,
That's right.
another. So yeah, it
That's right.
costs. It costs. It
It
costs
costs.
in
It costs.
family time. It costs.
That's
You can't get up and go like you want to.
that's right. That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it ain't no little bitty money. You know what I'm saying?
They don't
you
understand.
you ain't finna get the neighborhood teenage kid to come watch after me either. No. You
No.
have everything running the block.
Yeah. And they might not let anybody just come watch out.
Yeah, no, I mean I know mine would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. So if you don't mind, I
yeah.
want to involve the community. I'm gonna run through some of these comments. Is there anything else you want to cover before I go into the chat?
No, brother, whatever you got.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go back up. I know people were saying stuff, so I'll just if you want to comment on something, let me know and I'll keep going. We're starting. Jordan's in the house. Let me get some shout outs. I don't think I
What's
did that.
going on, brother? Jordan?
Yeah. Show Nuff's in the house. Student for life, dog trainer. Salute. Superior Warrior Kennel. Salute. Superior Warrior. Cal the Corso guy. What's up? The UK is in the house.
Oh wow. I've
Yeah.
never been there before.
Yeah. Solomon 144K is in the house. He says, hold on a minute. Y'all go ahead and drop the questions in. Hey Joe, salute to you, sir. I have a question for Roman. I have a question. How many people have gotten dogs from him and used them in some kind of working capacity like protection, obedience? Well, you missed a part. Well, you can go back quickly. What you feel about protection and
Okay. Well, only one of the dogs that I know of, and we've produced over 100 so far. Only one of the dogs, and that's a brother out of with battle bred canines. His dog Yoshi,
oh,
he's
Eric.
done. Yeah, he's
Oh,
done.
okay.
He's done some stuff with him,
Shout out Eric.
and he's used him in his breeding program. Um, there, some of my dogs have been used to track wounded deer. I've got one down in Florida. He's taught him how to trail wounded deer, and every hunt he's only missed one out of 17 hunts. That was last year, so he's waiting to go hunting this next hunting season. And yeah, that's great. Um, I've got dogs that are on horse farms and they're doing well, around the horses and stuff like that. And so those type of things make me, really excited. I've got a couple of girls, bless their heart. I love them to death. They're beautiful. They remind me of my first two. Now they were actually set aside to be um, part of my breeding program, and after they finished all their health testing and everything and it was time for them to be bred. I take my boys to them. Them girls so hot, boy. They have my boys shaking like booty meat. He was just like, nah. Like he don't want no parts of that right there. He's like, nah, we good. Instead of sniffing, he look away like he busy doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all them, and they work in a store every day, protecting their mom and daddy in a flower shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody come behind that counter.
Yeah.
You come over here if you want to, reaching for something. I'll light you up. even when I went to visit them, it's like, I mean, they got a growl on them boys so tough. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's so deep. It's like
I ain't playing with that.
yeah.
And so I had to remove them from my program because they won't let the vet do no AI on them. They don't no, they don't want no another dog coming to their mama or daddy. It's like,
Yeah.
so hey, enjoy life, keep it moving. Yeah,
Real talk.
yeah,
Exotic Boerboels. I don't know who the hell that is. Do y'all?
exactly. That's Jordan.
That's
That's
Jordan.
Jordan.
I'm just
Yeah.
it's outsiders and insiders, people in control, and those who want to be in control. That was
Yeah.
further up in the chat when we was talking about different things. The dog training, Gimmer. What's wrong with having a black daddy? That was that was up in the conversation. Dog family. Let's see. Okay, let me go down. The Amish. This was further up in the conversation. The Amish like to import title dogs and breed off that. It's big in my area.
Okay.
Double dog. I guess when you was talking about the politics of the breed club, that's why I do my own thing and don't worry about what others think. AKC sucks and it's all political. 30 plus years with dog background in various ways. I don't need a Karen and friends to judge. I got you.
Right.
All right. Okay. Brawler TF. The Mars Company owns Embark, the biggest kibble brand, as well as hands-on and veterinary facilities, including Banfield Pet Hospital, which is connected to all pet smarts. You follow that up. Embark doesn't give accurate results and not to be trusted.
That's
Any
a lie.
thoughts?
See, that's
Okay,
them lying there.
okay. Uh, Brian, politics in all groups, at least in Corso. Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah.
Across all breeds, bro. Whoa, much for as long as I've been doing this. Sometimes I be thinking they talking about the Corso, Brian, for real.
But not.
Some of it sound like
Yeah.
identical, even from like the historical standpoint. When I did that interview with Mr. Morales with uh the pressers, oh my god, I thought, man, it was sitting down like almost having a conversation about the Corso.
Wow.
Um I breed black Boerboels and proud of it. By the way, Mr. Roman Price has nice dogs, great temperament. A male of his with a friend of mine, bigger and a beautiful, tall, big, great muscle and athletic. Cool. Okay.
Awesome.
What are your thoughts on pack dynamics versus isolation in kennels? What are the benefits? Why do you keep them in packs?
Well, in the pack dynamic, you have to be the alpha. Because if not, they'll go through their slaughtering each other. You know what I'm saying? Fighting for position. Because there's always one that runs things, like my boy Raptor. You know what I'm saying? Um, I it's best for them to be able to run together because in isolation they get frustrated. It's kind of like um you think of like in the prison movies, you know what I'm saying? These guys in single cells by themselves, and you hear them, they going crazy, or and when they get loose, they get into fights or stuff like. It's like they're more uh, aggressive toward one another when they can't mingle. They're pack animals, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you see them a lot of times. They're loving on each other. Like you ever watched a documentary about uh, monkeys when they picking fleas off each other and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Well, I see my dogs sometimes they licking each other ears and stuff, and they really cleaning each other, really, and showing affection to one another,
Right.
um, which is needed, because you can't love on all them dogs at the same time. You know what I mean? I've had my dogs. They turned my chair over, everybody trying to climb in my lap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
dude, move. But so I want my dogs to be able to communicate together, eat together without being aggressive, even though food aggression is a is a uh, is a sign of survival. That's survival of the fittest,
Yeah.
which is survival. you
Right.
know, and which is you'll find out early the dogs with the best nose before their eyes even open, because those are the ones that when they mama come in the room and she's not even in the whelping box yet, they moving toward that where she's at because of the smell. They don't hear her, they definitely smell her,
Right.
and things like that. Um, but I don't the isolation. I don't like that. Now there's come times when you can't put certain ones together and away at night because they don't get along.
Yeah.
And and if you're gonna have a bunch of dead puppies or dead dogs, if you don't adhere to that, you have to know your dogs. You have to know who can be with who and who can't.
You gotta know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because some
the
dogs like they bouncy all the time and looking for something to do, and one that just want to chill out. Like, man, you don't get on my nerves. You better sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's interesting. We got some heavy hitters coming in the house. All World Doberman, shout out Gerald and brother Ben White of Country Mountain Masters. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of Brother Gerald, but I haven't.
Yeah. Look them up. We got interviews with both of them this week. So, and they got some questions for you. Let me get to this one. Do you see a lot of types of Boerboel? Do you see people selecting or breeding the one type, even though they are numbers? Damn it, man. Do you see people selecting or breeding the one type, even though they are another style of dog?
Yeah. I see a lot of people move toward that Mastiff type. I've owned 3 of the 4 different what they call types. The Mastiff, the so they had the Mastiff, the Bulldog, the Hound, and the Terrier. And you can tell them by their heads, and sometimes their build and their height and whatnot. But see, those dogs were like I said before, the Boerboel was a land race. That dog was built by its environment. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, and it had to survive in various terrains, and depending on what job it was given, is how they built that dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the hound type, he had to be more athletic. You know what I'm saying? Because here's a dog that could be used to hunt or to catch prey and hold it. For the farmer to get there, or at the same time, and all of them had to protect. You know, you had to have that bulldog type, that dog with that higher rear end, and that he got a shorter front end. He you can see it in him. You know what I'm saying? One thing that some people are forgetting, the bite. I don't know if you saw that picture I sent you with the scissor bite.
Yeah, I got it.
That's vital that these dogs have a scissor bite. If he doesn't, I don't care what you put him in, what kind of bite sport or whatever you put him in, he ain't gonna make it. Because if he has an overbite or underbite, whatever he bite, he gonna let it go. I've seen my dogs. They have a scissor bite, all of them, and I breed for that because that's important. But when they rip the back straps out of a hog, they bite into that hog and can hold him. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he's got to hold his head so everybody else can do their job. You know what I'm saying? That's where the ones get behind the hog and bite him at his hocks and breaking him down. Yeah. So everybody's got a job to do, and those jaws, the power in their jaws, are needed for that job.
Mm-hmm.
And that was. Did I answer the question? Sorry.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Okay.
you actually did. Yeah. Sorry too, man. I had held up some Sinex. I got dealing with some allergies. I guess the
Okay.
fall setting in and the ragweed. I didn't want people to think I was playing with my nose on camera or something like that.
Okay.
You know how they lie.
Oh yeah.
I'd be scared to drink this water, man. They had me a meme of me doing something else, man. I was like, man, I gotta watch it on this web.
It's crazy, man.
It should be that we should be that paranoid in this world. Okay, let me go to another one. All World Doberman Club, late to the party, but out here. Thank you, brother Gerald. Ben White. I'm looking forward to this one. Me and Jordan, we're gonna be doing Ben's White interview together, and also we're gonna be doing Gerald's All World Doberman's interview together. Jordan, get that fire alarm fixed, brother. Get that fire alarm fixed, brother. Ben White, are your dogs standoffish or aloof, regardless of socialization with people, or has the temperament been consistent, regardless of exposure? He says, "I'm in Gardner, North Carolina."
Okay.
North Carolina.
Well, some of my dogs are some are more trusting. So like my boy Raptor, he's more he about trust anybody, and I don't always like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's a good dog. He doesn't people. It's like he love everybody. You know, and I don't care for that too much because somebody call him, he like he go over there. But now when it comes to uh, another dog, male dog, or it comes to an animal of any size, he's not afraid of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He was my main one when a bull jumped the fence and was charging toward my sons, and my boys were just 10 and 8 at the time. Uh, he was the main one that got after that bull. I mean, 6 of them brought the bull down. The 1,500-pound bull brought him to his knees. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
They ripped into him like how them lions over on them safari show. They
Mhm.
rip into them water buffaloes and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, they ripped into that bull like it wasn't nothing nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And another time when the a hog, they was boys loading hogs onto the livestock trailer. 330-pound hog didn't want to go. So that hog turned and ran over, trampled my boys, ran them down in the mud. 3 of my dogs jumped that fence and they dispatched that hog. They tore his head off.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You sent me the videos of the
Yeah,
hog.
yeah.
Lord mercy.
So I know that any threat they're gonna deal with it, whether it's people or animal. You know what I'm saying? But some I know will deal faster with people. They're gonna deal with an animal either way, but some one may be a little less likely to go so fast to bite somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I know one he'll lay into you,
Yeah.
and he ain't gonna warn you. I call him my silent biter because he wants you to come closer. And normally I have him on a leash, and the next thing you know, he launching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't take him out too much with people, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah. So back to Ben. I want you to watch that one. Uh, which coming up, you'll be able to see in the community. I don't know the day. It's this week.
Mm-hmm.
He has all his dogs run. He run them in a pack like you.
Okay.
He run them in a pack like you. He feed them all together.
Yeah.
Man, I think 3 to 5 times every 3 to 5 days, something like that. Ain't no fighting.
Yeah.
He doing all this on camera,
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
He be eating in front of the dogs. They ain't all on his plate and all on him. He'll throw a round out there, go get it. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm yeah.
So
Yeah,
let
we
me
grill fires on the hog cooker.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
day we cook for them. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha. Somebody else just popped on. Uh,
I'm a little leery of that all that raw meat
mhm,
because I mean it flies. You know what I'm saying?
mm-mm,
You know, it's like
mm-mm,
something get into that meat, man. I mean, and then these different places where if you grew the meat yourself is different,
mhm,
but if or you raised the meat rather, but this meat coming from these different places and stuff, and I mean, most people don't know that a chicken in these processing places, he full grown in 6 weeks. Now, where they do that at? How you do that?
Well, that's because how they
Feed them.
well, not really, because a big misconception is I had learned from Kenny, from having him on the show, is that a lot of people thinking they were pumping them with steroids and antibiotics. That's not true as people think nowadays. It's because of how they cross the chicken, which makes the bird. They cross two different kind of breeds, and that's what makes them. Because people have been on their ass about all that antibiotic and all that stuff. That's
That's
what
the Cornish cross, right? The Cornish cross.
Yeah,
That's the meat bird. But
right.
if you raise that bird yourself, you buy biddies, he don't grow that fast on your farm.
What without crossing? I mean, the same cross.
That same cross. He don't
Really?
grow that fast on your farm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
But I want to go back to something you said about the flies, because I feed raw and I feed about every 2 to 3 days because they can't. It's too much, in my opinion. They'll get fat if you're trying to feed them every day. But I'm gonna tell you,
they hold it better. Yeah.
When I fed the kibble, man, I have flies galore, man. I'm talking about it was like a pathological problem. Like, it was gonna be like, I'm gonna have somebody come down here about all these flies. When I started feeding them raw, I swear, bro, my flies cut down 95%. That, and it just benefited me way more. I could, besides even the health benefits, it's just like clean up.
Okay.
All that water consumption went down. All that.
And the bone makes a big difference in their poop too.
Yeah, because you need the bone. Because when you look at, I'm gonna ask Ben about that chicken, but I know what you got. The chicken, you got the skin is the fat, the meat is the protein, and the bone is the calcium. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm gonna get into it with about that and whatnot.
Okay.
Just let me see this one. Just, hey man, I hope I ain't holding you up all day, but these people want.
No, we good, bro. We good.
Just hopping on. Have you noticed any significant difference between the males versus females in regard to obedience and their willingness to train and learn?
Girls are and I hate to admit this, but are faster learners. They learn. My girls learn faster. Boys a little more. I want to do what I want to do my way, and so he got to be corrected a whole lot more. But that girl, she want to please you fast, Yeah, so they learn faster. It's been my experience anyway.
Right. That's what's up. So let me ask you this. I had one for you. Since you got removed from all these registries and things like that, have you had any support from breeders or anybody else do you want to join back into those registries? Or are you just going, are you still a part of any registry?
Yes, I've always been a part of one, and which is CKC.
Okay.
And I I got onto that registry because there wasn't a lot of hoopla. Once I realized that the integrity of the registry is only as strong as the integrity of the breeder. I realized that no matter what registry you're in, if that breeder's lying, they just recording it. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to know the right questions to ask the breeder to see where he's at. Trust but verify. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. If he's got a problem with you asking questions, then that's the wrong guy for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's up. I can't tell you what to do with your money now. If you want to set fire to it, that's on you. You do that. You know what I'm saying? Do you? But me personally, I want to be able to ask questions, and maybe I ain't that smart. I need you to break that down to me. You know what I'm saying? Write it out in Play-Doh or something. I don't know. But I want to feel comfortable with spending my money with you. You know what I'm saying?
Informed decision. Yeah, for real.
And so, and because you're the one that's going to have to run that dog to the vet if it's got health problems. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that if if that dog can't get right, it's gonna be your children he bite. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If that dog got the wrong temperament because somebody wanted to build a puppy kit and they brought in something else outside that didn't supposed to be there, you know what I'm saying? Now that dog got an attitude because, for whatever reason, you got to deal with that. That man got your money, and whether he making it rain somewhere or he, what I'm saying, he buying groceries, but that's your money that he took, So, but I share truth, hands wide open. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing here. This is what I got going on.
Transparency.
Yeah. And that's the way I want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Treat others the way you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And if a person don't want to treat you like that, then that ain't the person for me either. You follow me?
Yeah, and I know through this process, everybody probably hadn't supported you openly. You know what I mean? I'm probably sure you took some criticism.
A lot.
How did you handle it?
My faith in Christ. God has shown me that if I remain faithful to Him, He got me. So, like I said, I met a lot of new people, a lot of people that never, how you hear people say, hey, well, if you've never owned a Boerboel before, you shouldn't have, it shouldn't be your first dog, or you shouldn't have, you see what I'm saying? Man, what really? If your dog is that jacked up, they don't need your dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This dog was bred. The original purpose of this dog was bred to protect family and property. He don't give a flying flip if you done had a dog before or not. It don't mean nothing to him. Right. He gonna love you and want to do his job. That's what I breed for. You know what I'm saying? So all this nonsense. Well, if you're a novice, you shouldn't have, well, I thank God for novices. They've been buying my puppies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're happy with them. You know what I'm saying? Several of them got YouTube channels and IG channels, and one day I'm gonna learn how to work my own IG channel. But anyway, until then, people are happy with what we're doing, man, and I'm thankful for that, man.
You got a lot of respect in the dog community and everything. So the criticism you have to figure out. That's something you're just gonna get throughout life, on the job, off the job, different whatever you're involved in. Like I said, when I start this podcast, some people are like, you giving people voices that don't need voices just because you don't agree with them. You know what I mean? Crazy.
I see it like this, Joe, man. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, he had 12 disciples, and one of them was a devil.
One of them. Let me put it for the young folks. One of them was an op.
You know what I'm saying?
One of them was an op. Yeah.
So
and then too, being from the South, your mama always say, they talked about Jesus.
Yeah, they did.
But I'm a little different. I say, Mama, I ain't Jesus.
And can't handle it as well.
I like that ass up.
Yeah, no doubt, brother.
Yeah, I see. Look, Brian makes my point. What's up, Brian Lester? That's my homie there. This is one of the guys that advised me on Corsos, shares information. There are Corso people who don't like you asking pedigree questions. That is why there are very few I actually trust.
Right.
Dogs are born natural carnivores. They are not eating kibble in the wild. Humans have taken the animal out of the animal. C&W Dynasty, Connie Corso. Yeah, but the problem with that is if they are knowledgeable about what the dog is bred for, then it is a liability. You don't want to give a powerful dog just to anyone who wants it. Just my opinion. I think that's in response of when you was talking about first-time owners.
But he's misunderstanding that if your dog is that jacked up, that these dogs were bred to protect family and property. You see what I'm saying? If your dog, he's supposed to be able to sense a threat. It's a smart dog. He knows what's a threat and what's not a threat. If a child come trick or treat because he got on a costume and he ripped that child apart, something wrong with that dog. My dog see my kids in costume. They know there's a kid. You know what I'm saying? That dog, he's smarter than he should be smarter than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm told my babies, if one of my dogs bite them, that's a dead dog, and we're gonna feed him to the rest of them. But he going on the grill. Ain't no ifs, ands about it. He ain't going to no therapy. He ain't going no group. No time out. His time is over. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I love my dogs, but my children more. You know what I'm saying? And if a dog, he don't get in the way of my babies. He got to respect my baby. He got to respect my, all of them. They know that. You know what I'm saying?
He should know a threat from a non-threat.
Exactly.
He should know that.
Exactly. I don't care if the person had dogs forever and never had a dog in their life.
Yeah.
If this breed of dog ought to know what's good and what's not good.
Yeah. But I do know people who like their dog to fire up on anything. But that's a hell of a liability.
No doubt.
But as long as you taking the steps to make sure that sucker don't ever get out.
Especially this breed, when I've seen my dogs rip into hogs and tear the back strap out of him.
Yeah.
When I've seen my dogs take the head off a 330-pound hog, I'm glad they my dog. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that threat was a person and that dog dealing with him. I mean, he was built like that. He had to be in that African bush to protect his family for survival. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're working with. But if that dog is crazy, that's why you breed for temperament, health, then conformation. You know what I'm saying? Because if he crazy and he healthy, that's a liability. He going somewhere to cause you some problems, some serious problems. You know what I'm saying? So his head need to be right first.
Yeah.
Then you work on something else. But make sure his head right first. But
he said, okay. He said, okay, I get that. Your own dog, but people that don't train the dogs is what I'm talking about.
Well, if my dogs produce that dog, you know what I'm saying? Then he's a cut off that dog of my dog. You know what I'm saying? That's transitioned from the parents. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're breeding, what you're producing. They're producing themselves. You know what I'm saying?
But what about when other people get your dogs, and there have been horror stories of people ruining your dogs. You know what I mean? How much responsibility do you take once that dog leaves?
Well, I'm like this right here. I can't tell somebody what to do with their once they've gotten that dog from me, that's their dog now, right? If that man decide, I want me a dog sandwich, and he put him on the grill, that's his dog. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell that man don't cook that dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he told me he was going to cook the dog, I wouldn't have sold it to him. You know what I mean? Don't come on, Karen, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My man, that's that man's dog. You can't control that. If he sleep with that dog, that's his dog. If he want to marry that dog, that's his dog. He paid you for it. You got your money. He didn't tell you where to spend it at, did he?
Our Doberman Club. I'm a big believer in obedience and protection training at an early age. So when something does pop off, you as the owner can shut it off with just your words. I know Gypsy Stratton always told us what was the top 3 commands? He said a dog must know yes, no, and come here. Or come,
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Definitely they you have to put them in obedience training, man. I mean, it's a strong dog, strong-willed dog. Yeah. And I highly recommend some level of obedience, whether you do it yourself or someone else do it, but definitely because if not, I mean, Yeah, they'd be like a teenager without any any boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
everything is game. Nah,
Right.
it's not. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me take one more, and then I'm gonna wrap up with a couple more. I ain't gonna post all this up. Brawlers TF says if a man is misusing one of his dogs, I'm taking him back. That's what he says. Okay. Uh,
Good luck with that one, brother.
I kind of edited that one.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta. I mean, you can't run up in folks' house and talk about you want your dog back. How you
Well,
gonna
yeah,
do
they not. Yeah, they. Yeah. I mean,
that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, advice for new breeders. What advice would you give to newcomers in the breeding field? Uh, whether it be from health testing, confirmation, workability, anything.
I would advise them to whatever registry you pick first, learn the standard, know the standard. The whichever breed you pick, know the purpose uh of that breed, why that dog is bred in the first place. Because certain things that you may expect from that dog, if it wasn't bred for that purpose, then it's not going to fulfill your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Um, have some knowledge of that dog, um, and ask yourself why you want to breed in the first place. Is it because you want to make a hustle, or I mean, all of our as breeders objective should be to uh, better the breed. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in a better situation than when you first got it. You know what I'm saying? And me, uh, I consider myself as a preservation breeder. You know what I'm saying? I want to maintain um, the true, authentic South African Boerboel. You know, because that dog, man, how that dog came about and why that dog was bred, it's amazing. And I mean, how they kept those people safe during the Boer Wars and stuff like that, and through all threats, whether it was from wildlife. I'm talking about some of the biggest. Did you see that video I showed you where the boar will jump through that hot wire after a hippo?
No, I hadn't saw them. I
Yeah,
hadn't saw that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The hippo came to the fence to the property and had his mouth open like ah. That boar faced off with him and said, "Yeah, okay." He jumped through the hot wires. I mean, it was like 5 rows of hot wire there. He jumped through them hot wires to
Yeah.
get at that hippo. Man, get off my land. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? A dog that with that type of strength and that boldness, to you want that to keep you safe. You
Mm.
you want to be able to go away from home and know that your wife okay. Ain't nobody finna run up in there and enjoy your goodies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Or somebody gonna knock your children off on their way to school or something.
Right.
Man, if somebody come on my property, well, I told you about the puppies, what them little puppies did. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're supposed to do.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, I'm proud of that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I don't, man, that's what these dogs was bred to do, and they love doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you can give them something extra, another job, and they'll do it too, because they
Mhm.
just want to please you.
Jennifer P says, my first dogs were Boerboels, amazing dogs, but you had better have a clue. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you got to do your. It's a guy in our community. I don't know if he coined the phrase "do your research" because he emphasizes Saladin, I believe his name is. Well, yeah, you got to do your research before you step into practically anything.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because you might not need no blue heeler. Shit, that's an L. You might not need no Malinois. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Um, let me ask you this, and then we're gonna close it out. Breed clubs. How do you suggest people navigate breed clubs? Did it leave a nasty taste in your mouth, brother? Like, are you even focused on them and trying to work with those
Uh,
organizations anymore?
I've noticed there's a lot of politics there. Again, it's all about money. Um, and the love of money is the root of all evil. So when it's all about I can take your money and tell you what to do, and you got no right, you know, you should feel a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody touching you and that don't supposed to be. You know what I mean? Because they touching your pocket, they taking from you, and now if you want to be a part of us, you got to keep paying us. Come on, really? All of a sudden, I'm giving you money just to record my name. Now because you say it's more people on board, now I got to pay you even more money, and I got to keep doing it. Or you gonna get mad at me and tell somebody something? You know what I'm saying? They threaten to share my emails or post my email. What? What? I ain't told you. I ain't said nothing that I can't repeat. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah.
I ain't told you no lie that I got to try to remember. That if you ask me again, it'll be the same thing because
That's right. That's
I speak the truth.
that's what people need to understand. If you type it, you're gonna have to stand on it.
That's right.
Because the dog community is full of politics, and
Yeah.
I call it the screenshot community.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
type it,
Yeah.
you got to be willing to stand on it,
That's
whatever
right.
it may be.
That's right.
Whatever it may be.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if they see your dogs doing something, like I posted my dogs with the pigs, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that don't look like no wild hog. That look like a pot-bellied pig. What?
Piggy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that hog charged me, and my 4 dogs took that hog down. That's the first time, and I ain't taught them that. You know what I'm saying? They never been hunting, but it wasn't the fact of them hunting. It was the fact that they were protecting their daddy. You know what I'm saying? Any threat to you, they gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I lost a import because he growled at me, and my other dog said, "Oh hell no," and they dealt with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was a grown dog. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna deal with any threat to you, man or beast, if he bred right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this dog, it's like I said about the bull and my boys. You know, one son looking, the other one didn't see him, and he hit my son, knocked him 15 feet in the air. I'm on the back side of the pen. Them dogs brought that bull down. They wasn't scared of them. And my boy Raptor, the bull kicked him and knocked him off. He came right back into him. He's like, nah, he wasn't. No, that ain't finna work. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. And they got rewarded for it. Man, I cleaned out the deep freezer.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna ask you this one, and then we're gonna get close to the end here.
Okay.
As far as the Boerboel as a breed, are there any specific changes you would like to see with it? I know because we was talking earlier about the dogs being like heavily overweight and things like that. What would you like to see for as the breed as it evolves?
I like the look of a lot of them. Even black ones, man. They're to me, that ain't an ugly dog. It's a beautiful dog. Long as the ones that look like Boerbos, the ones that look like it might be a lab or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a problem with a black dog. You know what I'm saying? Other than I know that dog bringing that in changes the original temperament of the Boerboel breed. You see what I'm saying?
In what way, brother?
Like say for instance, I had a guy that bought a puppy from me, and this is I'm speaking from my experience. Okay, he bought a puppy from me. He had a black male from another breeder somewhere in the Midwest. That dog, well, when he had two a girl from me and another girl. He bred them, right? Well, the one that had the puppies that were mine, that he lived up north. He ran a situation where a 1-bedroom apartment, and he had to get his dogs somewhere safe. After they were like I think 16 and 17 weeks old or something like that. So he brought down, I think it was 9 dogs. Their temperament, their mindset was different from my puppies. You know what I'm saying? They were more the way they act toward my kids, and even puppies a little more aggressive toward the kids and stuff. Like, and I know my dogs don't do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were their behavior, obedience and whatnot. It wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it came to them working as a pack, yeah, they were a pack.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, on our farm, we couldn't let them out from where they were, because then our dogs would have dealt with them. Because our dogs knew that they ain't part of us. You know what I'm saying? They they don't act like us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they 'cause they run in a pack. And that other little thing was a pack too, though. You know what I'm saying? I threw a little hog in there. They ate a hog. They killed him and took him down to 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had that. They had that in them.
Right.
And but they were definitely it changes stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? Because just all dogs don't think, process stuff the same way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the children, if they don't see that child ain't a threat, that's something to be concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to harm that child. That's a problem for me, man. If any of my dogs ever harm a child, he got to go.
Yeah.
I you put that dog out. You take that dog down, son. You don't play with that, man. You know what I mean? That's like somebody coming, God forbid, put their hands on your child. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Violent, man. Come on, how you gonna sit there? What? Him go to jail, man? He going to Jesus.
Upper room.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jesus.
And Lord, we'll work the rest of that out later. Me and you.
I done did a lot of things and asked the Lord to forgive me right before I did. Hey, man.
And he will. He will.
Yeah.
And I know he will. He told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, if you confess your sins, he is faithful and just to forgive you of your sin and cleanse you of all unrighteousness. That's what he told me now.
That's right. My man, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I think a lot of people should get something from this interview. We probably catch a little heat from it too, but we ain't too worried about it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say in closing remarks in benediction?
Be careful with the WBBA. If you're a Boerboel breeder, it's a click. The free online Boerboel registry. That's the one that, and the ABC. They're connected now. And they got friends in high places, and these are the ones that remove me because of a lie that one told, and then the other one said, "Well, why would they do that? They've always been a reputable, this, that, and the other." But you know what I'm saying. So I just tell you, man, just always ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but always verify whatever answer you get. Don't feel like you are being judgmental because you're verifying something that was given to you. Don't be one of those person that you just take your change and don't count it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people they got hidden motives. Yeah, they want your money, and they say it ain't all about money. Well, won't you give me the dog then?
Right.
Yeah, okay, right. It's about money, man.
Right.
It takes money to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna breed, definitely love to breed, man. It's an amazing dog, but breed correctly. And ask questions. Find a breeder who's willing to share information with you. But then if you value that breeder, then follow suit with what he told you. because anytime someone spend their time with you, that's their life, and you should always respect the person's time because they don't have to give that to you, you know, and they choose who they give it to. Um,
This is true.
you know, um, if a person that doesn't respect your time, they don't respect you.
Right.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big facts there. Um, how do the people get in touch with you?
Um, integrity Boerboel Kennels .com. Um, integrity Boerboels, the number one at Gmail, or 910-273-8055. I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. What used to be Fort Bragg, now it's Fort Liberty, because somebody was upset because Bragg was a slaveholder. You know, what the hell, really, people?
Really? I
Get
didn't
a
know they
life.
changed Bragg name.
Yeah, it's
Oh wow.
Fort Liberty to make
Oh,
it
it's Fort
less
Liberty.
offensive.
Oh,
What, really, people? Come on, man, get a life.
yeah, you don't want to wash away everything. You want to remember something that's,
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you'll know what happened.
Yeah. True representation of history.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, I know they changed Bragg.
But now these some guns that talking about Black Lives Matter, they out there fighting and going through stores and robbing, taking stuff, and but the kids went struggling through school without school, and now they wind up failing. You got more young kids during that time, boys got locked up because they couldn't go to school, so they found something else to do, and girls that got pregnant. Why? Because she didn't have nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they lives matter, why you ain't seeing about that? Instead of being, man, come on. Anyway.
Yeah. No start no shit.
I know you're right. You know what I'm saying, man? It just pissed me off, man. Just like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
sometimes
as a nation right now, man, we got some issues.
yeah,
We got some
yeah.
big issues, brother.
And it all starts right here.
At
You know what I'm saying?
home.
At home, that's right, brother. And you know what? No matter what people think or say, we all got to give an account for it, because there's going to come a time when we all got to stand before him, before ourselves. You know what? And it ain't no more excuses. Ain't no excuse going to work. And the very first man that ever walked the face of the earth, named Adam, when in the Garden of Eden, when he failed, when he ate of the fruit that he was instructed not to, when God come on the scene, he said, Adam, where you at? They went hiding. Adam, where you at? Oh, we was hiding. Why you hiding? You ate from the tree. Oh, that son of a gun said, that woman that you gave me. He threw it straight under the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, God knows he don't want no excuses. He coming for you. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you identify. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can dress in high heel shoes and wear your hair down to your feet and say, that ain't me. You thought, Jack. I got you. He gonna deal with you. And you're gonna have to accept responsibility for it.
Right.
It is what it is.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Tough enough, brother. Dion out of the DMV. What's cracking, brother? Well, Roman, man, we sure do appreciate you coming, man, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
it was
sir.
awesome, brother. Thank
All
you for the time, man. Thank you
Yes, sir.
for allowing me to share.
Yep.
God bless you all and everybody there, man.
All right, everybody.
Now I got to figure out how to cut it off.
I'll cut it off. But before
Right.
we go, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and y'all get ready for the rest of the shows this week. Janine Orfano, Ben White, our brother Gerald from All World Doberman, and then a week after that, we're gonna have some more shows. So I'm ready. All right. Thanks again, brother.
Thanks, brother. God bless, man.
All right.
Bye-bye.